back to We Bought a Van. You join us today in sunny Croatia. Today's video is going to primarily focus on the dogs. We get so many questions on our Instagram and on our YouTube about how we travel with the dogs, why we travel with the dogs, all their legal documentation, how that all works. Today we're going to cover all of those questions and go through everything to do with travelling with a dog. So one of the questions we get asked is, why do we travel with the dogs? The short and simple answer is we had the dogs before we wanted to do full-time van life. There was never any question of not taking them with us. We built this van specifically around them to make sure they're comfortable living full-time in a van. So one of the major things we did was when we first bought the van, we made sure we got a van with air conditioning. It makes a huge difference for them. They're not panting all the time. The second thing, when we built the van, we ensured that there was a built-in dog crate, which is under the kitchen. It's 800mm wide, 600mm deep. They've got plenty of space for both of them. They can stand up, turn around. The dog bowl that we have is a non-spillable dog bowl. I highly recommend this to anyone who's going to be attempting van life with a dog. Another thing we fitted to the van was a shower on the back of the van, separate to our shower. If the dogs get mucky, which quite often they do, being spaniels, we can just hose them down off the back of the van. So another thing we added into the van was a dual seat belt for the dog. So it clicks into a normal seat belt, and then it has two hooks, and that just hooks onto their harnesses. Being perfectly honest, we don't use that very often, mainly when we're in the UK going up and down the main motorways. The thing that we got specifically for this trip was harnesses for the dogs. We use a rough wear harness. The dogs never really have had harnesses before, so it took a little bit of getting used to. We also got retractable leads, for the reason being that when we're walking around cities, towns, maybe we're looking at churches or ruins or any of this sort of stuff, we just want them to have a little bit more freedom. Them being stuck on a short metre-long slip lead isn't fair, especially in the heat. Another thing we did when we built the van was we actually decided to paint the whole van with Dulux Easy Care wipeable paint. The dogs, they hop in after being in the sea, and as you can imagine, being that our van is 90% white, it plasters the van. With a wet cloth, it all wipes down, and we've done that now for the past 5 months. We've had no issues. Another thing we bought to reduce the amount of mess in the van were some rough and tumble towel wraps, and that means if they shake, they're contained into like a towel, and they actually both enjoy being in them. They normally don't like us taking them off them because they're quite warm, they're quite sturdy.
So if you only plan to leave the UK for up to 4 months, you can actually travel with an animal health certificate. These can be issued by your local vet, and it's simply a certificate that lets mainland Europe know that your dogs are healthy enough to travel for up to 4 months. However, if you want to travel around Europe for longer than 4 months, you'll have to get a European pet passport issued. We chose to get ours done in France. The process of obtaining these passports in France has recently changed. You now actually need a French address. The reason why this address is now required is because the dogs have to be registered with a company called ICAD. ICAD is the French equivalent to the Kennel Club in England. So it's simply just a company that the dogs are registered with. Now we have these passports, they will stay with Riley and Winnie for the rest of their lives. Passport sounds like a very formal term as to what we're used to at travelling as humans. However, in terms of the dogs, it's literally just a vaccination record, just to let every border know that we crossed through, that they're healthy.
So in the wardrobe we actually incorporated a shelf specifically for the dogs, for their leads, their bowls, their food, their tennis balls, their toys. Just keeps their stuff separate from ours. To anyone thinking about travelling full-time with their dogs, or are worried about travelling full-time with their dogs, I highly recommend it. In the morning we're out walking them, we take them 2-3 walks a day, and it's great, especially when the weather's rubbish, because you tend to want to sit in the van and watch Netflix. But these guys don't care about Netflix. They want to be out, they want to be walking, they want to be doing something fun, and yeah, it's a really good way to travel. To some people I think it seems more like a tie. We travel with people that don't have dogs, and to be honest, they don't do anything more than what we would do. You know, we still, as in our previous videos, we do the zip lining, we go and do all activities. Because we've designed the van to be able to leave the dogs in comfort, they're absolutely fine. They're more than used to being in their crate. So yeah, highly recommend it.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this video helpful. Please see the video's description for more information about travelling with dogs, and drop us a comment if you have any questions. And we'll see you on the next one.